Hello folks, I'm in my second year of the LIR program and I am the 2020 to 2021 LIRCU president. So as part of our Flew Abroad series, today I will be demonstrating how to operate the kitchen when living at home by yourself. And just for the fun of it, here's our special guest, Napoleon, who's sleeping. We've also got Gatsby here. So this is my kitchen. This is where we will be working today. So for starters, I'm going to show you some of the appliances you should have in the kitchen if you want to cook, what's the bare necessities, and other tools and utensils that you might want to have in the kitchen. Hopefully your place comes with like a stove and a fan, an oven and stuff, but if it doesn't, you can always purchase those things relatively cheaply separately on like Amazon or even like your local store. Now as for the bare necessities, a strainer you will need, a non-stick pan. Even just one will do, like you don't need that many. And then any kind of pot will do as well. And don't forget the lids to the pots and pans. You need the lids. So just for reference, this is what our pots and pans look like. I know there's a lot, but that's because I'm at home right now with my family. So I'm living a little bit more luxuriously than I did when I was living downtown alone. A lot of these things you can find at Dollarama, you can find them at Homesense, but I would recommend Dollarama because it's cheaper and also because it works pretty much the same. The cat is begging for pets right now. As for appliances, I have a couple that I think is essential for me, but obviously it won't be the same for everyone else. One is an air fryer. I know they're pretty expensive. I think it's $80 to $150 for a standard air fryer, but you can find them on sale during sale seasons, which would be Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Boxing Day. That's when I would recommend getting one of these babies because they make your life so much easier. They save money on oil. They're healthier. I think that's enough incentive, They're great. I love my air fryer. Two other appliances that I would highly recommend is a blender and a rice cooker because I'm Asian, so we eat a lot of rice. And also my blender because I just think it's one of those things that are really versatile. You can make smoothies. I make sauces in it, I make bean stew in it. It's great. I love my blender. And also a handheld mixer. I have mine here. I'm just gonna kind of poke it out a bit. Yeah. They're not absolutely necessary. I've gone by without it when I was living downtown. It just meant that all the food that you prepare would take 18 times longer because you're hand whisking it instead. And speaking of whisks, you're also going to want to make sure you have cutlery. So we have a lot of knives, forks, spoons, some chopsticks and spare spoons from takeout, as well as some extra spare spoons here as well. Not to worry because I will drop a very thorough list in the description to make it easier for when you're going kitchen shopping. Aside, you are also going to want to purchase one of these dish racks. They also have mats if you're not doing as much cooking or coffee, tea drinking as my family does, so that you can just put them on the mat and they'll kind of dry it. But this is almost imperative because otherwise you're going to have to dry every single dish and put it back instantly. This kind of gives you some time for it to air dry, A lot of different utensils that you're going to need in cooking. Obviously not all of these, but I highly recommend these heat resistant spatulas, and I think there's a brush as well, because these are safe for non-stick pans. Okay, it bothers me so much when people use metal spoons that scrape the bottom of the pan because that damages it, and you want your pans to last. Oh, look, it's me. You want your pans to last as long as possible, so I would highly recommend these. I bought a set of 16 for $12 on Amazon, and as you can see, I use them in really hot temperatures and they're completely fine and really easy to clean. Earlier, I have this busted Dollarama whisk, but honestly, it gets the job done. I do have a couple of other ones that I purchased from Umomo. You're also going to want something to hold your fruits. We're just using this glass bowl, but I know some people are a lot more fancier with it. This is kind of how I've set up my storage system because despite having a kitchen this size, because I'm living with my family, there's no space to put any of my things. So I bought this, these were, they came as a set And then this was something I just found in my sister's room from Walmart, but I'm sure you can find cheaper ones on Amazon or IKEA as well. And as you can see, I just store like pastas or any other noodles and like dry stuff here. And then my bread is like casually housed right here. Up here I have a coffee machine. Try not to buy Starbucks every day. It's gonna put a huge dent in your pocket, but you do whatever you want. Personally, I just keep one of these handy so that I can make my drinks at home, especially on days when I don't feel like going out. Speaking of drinks, I like to keep other stuff that I like drinking, like matcha powder and black sesame powder, so that I can make those more fancier drinks at home for significantly cheaper, because I know those are really expensive when you buy them like at store. Also, very importantly, a microwave, because that will cut you lots of time when cooking, and also a water filter, so that you don't need to buy plastic water bottles. This was like $25, I believe, at Walmart. And then we just top it up with like water from there into here, and it will filter it for us, and then we can drink it. And some people keep it in the fridge, but I like my water room temperature. I know that's controversial, but I like my water room temperature, so I keep it out here. I'm gonna give you a tour inside my fridge to learn how I make my meals a little bit faster than I need to. Just know I'm gonna offend so many people with this, but I buy like pre-prepared minced garlics and minced ginger, which is all done now, because it makes cooking so much faster. Like I swear, like doing this, you know, you have to pull out a cutting board, you have to pull out the knife and the fresh garlic pieces, and there is a like substantial difference in taste, but this gets you through it, you know, and it still tastes like garlic. So I love to use pre-prepared stuff when I'm cooking. So you may note a couple of things here. So we have a lot of frozen meats, but these are like fish fillets. And then we've also got frozen vegetables here, and I believe this one is like a salmon fillet. But these are lifesavers. They save so much time in ordering takeout when you have specific cravings. And also, like, for example, fried chicken. You can always buy like pre-prepared fried chicken and just throw it into your freezer, because making fried chicken from scratch means marinating the chicken like overnight if you want it to be tasty, and just a lot of work with the batter. It's going to create a lot of mess. It's going to take hours to make. That's why I just buy these occasionally, and then I'll like for lunch or dinner I'll just toss them into my air fryer, and then I have a meal. Frozen vegetables are just a really easy way to incorporate veggies into your meals, into your pastas, into your soups and stuff, without having to go through the big ordeal of buying fresh veggies, you know, because as a student you might not be cooking proper meals every single day, so these are a really easy way to incorporate those into your quick 5 to 10 minute meals. Here you'll see the same thing. We have from frozen potato wedges, frozen beef burgers, frozen chicken fingers, frozen veggie burgers, because I have a vegetarian member of my family, and more frozen veggies. I also have frozen fruits because I make smoothies with them. Seasonings, I think the absolute essentials are black pepper and salt. I have kosher salt and like regular fine table salt, depending on what I'm cooking. Here is where I keep all my like spicier, more tastier seasonings, but I think that's like to taste, so I can't necessarily tell you exactly what you need. I've also compiled a list of resources of what goes in the fridge, what doesn't go in the fridge, how to wash your fruits and vegetables as soon as you get them and store them properly, how to store things, and I'll leave them in the description so that you can get more of a gist as what the technical stuff is, because I don't want to bore you with like a 55-minute long video on all those things. Faithful assistant was meowing because he wanted to be pet. He's been following me around. Also, I just really quickly wanted to reiterate that our kitchens do not have to look the exact same at all, especially because, you know, we're probably from different cultures, and, you know, what you need may differ strongly from what I need. So I would recommend that you just start with like the absolute bare essentials, and then build on from there, kind of learning what you're missing and what you need and what you want, until you end up with a kitchen that best represents you and what you eat. He's getting his water intake in. Remember to drink water, guys. Very important.